Hi little skeletons, it's Disney Queen Skelly here. So this video is a little more sad, but also kind of happy. Let me explain. So for those of you who don't know, I have two parents. I have a mom and a dad, and my mom is Canadian, but her parents were born in England. And my dad is Mexican, born in Mexico. So the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm going to be using a Mexican term in this video. The term is Abuelita, which is translated to little grandma. In this case, it's just going to mean grandma. So as you can tell by the title, it says Adios, Abuelita, which means goodbye, grandma. When I was younger, my parents want an only child. I'm an only child. And as I got older and I was going to school and I was doing, all these things, of course my parents were working and my dad couldn't, bring me to his office. And because my mom was working with her mom, with my Nana, it was a little bit trickier to get the time to come and pick me up as well as do her job. So I would go to her office on Wednesdays to just hang out and do my homework and have a good time. And I would color, watch movies, whatever the case may be. On Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I would go over to my abuelita's house and she would take care of me. This started way before I was going to school though. My abuelito actually used to take care of me. My grandfather used to take care of me before he passed away when I was about 18 months old, almost turning 2. And I sadly don't remember anything about him, which kind of sucks. But from what I've been told, there are great memories behind my life with my abuelito. With that being said, for the past 14 years, maybe a little longer, my abuelita suffered from dementia. And it all started one day when she picked me up from school. I asked to go to McDonald's. She forgot her wallet and she left me at the McDonald's with a friend of mine, and she left me there. She left us there. And it wasn't intentional. She just forgot which McDonald's she went to, and because I was so young, I was only 10 years old, my parents were barely letting me be home alone at this point. My dad, came to her house, because I had to call my dad, and, he had to pay for the food. We ate, and then he drove me back to my abuelita's house with my friend, and he basically asked her, what the hell happened, what was wrong, and it was at that point we realized she had at least Alzheimer's. We realized she had Alzheimer's at the time. But as things progressed, the Alzheimer's turned into dementia, and then over time that dementia got really, really bad. It was to the point where she was forgetting family members. Her health just started declining really badly towards the end. Back in, I think it was December or early January, she had a fall. She fell out of her bed. Before this, she wouldn't leave the house. She, wouldn't shower, she would barely eat, it was bad. So when she had her fall, she went to the hospital, and they said that she had a UTI. So they gave her medication. She was okay walking upstairs. She was okay just, kind of still functioning. And the second they got her into bed, she would never get out of bed. And after that, her health started declining so rapidly to the point where we started to consider writing her will and get everything set for when she passes, because we didn't think she would survive till the end of the year. It wasn't until earlier this week that we found out she needed to go on hospice, that we wouldn't see her probably by next week. So my mom went to my aunt's house a couple days ago. So you're seeing this on the 3rd. My mom went to my aunt's house on the 1st. She texted me because the night before she had a conversation with me saying, you should go see your abuelita before she passes away. And I was a little hesitant because I haven't had a relative pass away since my great-grandmother when I was 6 years old. Yes, my dog passed away, and I understand that animals are family, but not to put kind of a sour note on this, but this was a human relative, and I know this is going to sound awful, and I'm very sorry, but this was a relative that I had grown up with my whole life, and she meant the absolute world to me, and she still does. I was hesitant because I haven't experienced a family member passing away at an older age, because when I was 7 years old, I didn't really understand I understand that people died, but I didn't understand fully what it meant when someone passed away. Luis's grandma passed away in 2021, and yes, it was a very sad time. I did cry, but I had also never met her before, and it didn't really have as big of an impact on me as it did with the rest of his family. I'm sure if I had met her, or if I was able to have met her and gotten to know her, I'm sure it would have been a bit more impactful for me. Now, while I do and did consider her family, and I did cry at the funeral because I shared the sympathy of my fiance and his family, I haven't experienced a personal family death since my great-grandma. On February 2nd, at 12:46 in the morning, my father walked into mine and Luis's room, just right back there, and told us that my Aunt Martha, my Tia Marta called and said that Abuelita had passed away. Now, I have been grieving and crying over this for the past week, ever since I found out the severity of her condition. I've cried, I've mourned, I'm still mourning. In a weird way, I was told this, at, again, 12:46 in the morning, and I didn't cry. I mean, Luis popped up like a fucking jack in the box when we heard the news, but my dad left to my Tia Marta's house, and my mom left work to go to my Tia Marta's house. Luis and I stayed home and we slept. Toby decided to join me. Luis and I decided to sleep and let them take care of it. They picked her up this morning, February 2nd. They picked her up this morning, but now, in a weird way, like, I haven't cried about it yet, about her actually passing. I was kind of talking to my mom about it, and her and my dad were also strangely calm. And the way that she put it was, I think, the best way that any of us could have put it. She said, I think we were more upset over the fact that she was suffering, and now that she has passed, it's better because she is no longer suffering, and she is now at peace. And I can completely agree with that. I think that the idea of her suffering in a hospital bed, not eating, not drinking, barely surviving, was a horrible thought for me, especially because I'm her only grandkid. I understand my aunt, like my Tia Marta's married and she has stepchildren, but I'm my Abuelita's only biological grandkid. And because of that, it did have a really big impact on me. And I mean, obviously because she's family too, but she and I just had a really tight bond. And I'm amazed that we were all so calm and that we were just happy at the fact that she's at peace and that she is now hanging out with my abuelito again. That was the one thing I had said to Luis. I said, like, well, at least he's not alone anymore. Because he had been alone for 23 years. Now he can have her again, and they can hold each other and, just be in love like they used to be. And that just makes me happy. Granted, it is a sad thing, when a relative passes, but I'm also happy at the fact that now neither of them are alone anymore. And they can have each other once again and be happy like they were back when they were married and back when he was alive. And the only reason I wanted to bring this up is because on February 1st, I had posted a video reacting to a Toy Story theory made by Fandom Juice, and I kind of made a little joke towards my Abuelita's birthday and, the dark implications of Toy Story, and for that, I would like to apologize. I had no idea that we would be losing her this week, let alone she did pass on her birthday. According to medical reports, they're only going to mark officially when the doctor says that she passes, which is February 2nd. With that being said, I am sorry about what I said in that video. Looking back now, it is very inappropriate. I just had no idea what would be happening. For those of you that do have known since before this video posted, I want to thank everybody for your kind words and for checking up on my family. It means the absolute most to me. There have been a lot of talks about my birthday tomorrow, my 25th birthday, and what we'd be doing, because we didn't want to do anything that would just feel inappropriate. So given that it is my 25th and it was supposed to be this really big celebration, we unfortunately have to tone it back. We're not going to have a DJ anymore. There's no theming anymore. It's just going to be family, eating dinner, doing a cake, presents, whatever the case may be. But we're also going to take these 9 days to pray over a rosary, which is a Mexican tradition once somebody passes, and to remember her in all her wonderful memories that she did for us and all the things that, the happy memories that she's brought to this family. At the very end of the video, you will see a picture of me and her. This was around, I think, when I was like 23, 22 years old. I was a bit skinnier. And this is still around the time that she was walking around and still wanted to attend events. So you'll see that picture at the end of this video. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This doesn't mean that my videos are going to stop. I have videos right now going out through March. I do plan to keep filming just because while I am grieving and while I am sad, this is also an outlet for me to escape to just immerse myself in my videos. And basically this isn't going to end just because this isn't going to stop for a while just because I'm grieving and mourning. It's going to be my escape, and it's going to be my help if I need it, you know, and I've also sunk myself into my writing as well for my new book. You know, just whatever outlet I can use. I mean, when we went to go visit her and I said my final words to her, which I'm really glad I did, Luis bought us some Lego sets to do. So I built a bonsai tree yesterday with some cherry blossoms. It was really nice. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, little skeletons. Please stay safe, love your family, hug your family, and I love you guys.